Hi guys, Ray from LoveYourRV.com here once again, and today I'm excited to be installing my new Winegard Connect Wi-Fi extender. I mentioned in the last video that I had one coming on the way to me. Winegard actually contacted me sometime in late summer. They were going to be putting out this new extender in October and wanted me to review it when it launched, but unfortunately it was kind of tough to get it shipped to Canada, so I waited till we got down here and in an RV park for a few weeks and got it shipped then. So kind of interested to install it on the old rig and test it out. I had a Wi-Fi extender. It was a Jeffatech, but it's pushing around, I guess it's around 5 years old now, so the technology is quite old. This one is the latest greatest, so we'll see how it works. A lot of campgrounds, the Wi-Fi is so overloaded it doesn't really matter if you have an extender, but lately I've been camping in ones that are getting better and better. I guess more people are getting on their cell phones and less on the campground Wi-Fi, and also now they're starting to run, I guess, fiber optics to the campgrounds, so they have a lot more capacity. I'm also interested in having good Wi-Fi extender when we stay at friends' places. A lot of times we're camped in their driveways and we're allowed to get on their house Wi-Fi, but because we're outside it's kind of weak, so I'm hoping that a system like this will really improve that. So anyway, in this video I'm going to install it in our Keystone Cougar. There's a piece that'll have to go on the roof there, and a piece I'll have to mount on the inside, and then I'll go through the setup as far as going into, I imagine you go into a browser application to set everything up. So let's take her apart and see what's in it, Angelina. Wow, she is really bored by the Wi-Fi extender. Guess it doesn't smell like food. But I'm not bored, I'm excited. So let's go check it out. What do we have in here? Lots of pieces to play with. So on top here, this is the part that's going to get put on the roof. Not very heavy, quite lightweight. I'd say it's like a pound or two, a couple pounds maybe. And that'll screw down into the roof like so. And then there's 3 different antennas. They look to be about a foot long, and that'll screw into each. There'll be one for each of those ports. I also notice there's a place that opens up there, and inside there we have an Ethernet port. I guess that's where this big long cable will plug in. So they've given me 25 feet of looks like pretty heavy duty Ethernet cable to come down from the roof. That'll come down and it'll plug into the inside box, the router, and there's lots of ports on it. It's also quite lightweight. Can't talk today. And there's a little mounting bracket for that. Also, it needs to plug in somewhere. I noticed they have it at it says 24 volts. Too bad it wasn't 12. Anyway, that'll plug in somewhere. So I'll have to really scope out where I'm going to want to mount that. And then for the roof, there's some more mounting hardware. I have to read up the instruction manual on exactly. But it looks like they provide all the screws for screwing into the roof up there. I don't see any sealant or anything, so that means I'm going to have to do that myself. So, well, I've formulated a grand plan here. So what I'm going to do is above our fridge, in that venting area back there, this cabinet here has lots of room up top, so I am going to drill a hole on the back there. Looks like that's just thin board, so behind that is the fridge stack, and I'll be able to drill a hole. I'll actually probably be able to pull off the vent from the outside of the rig, and then I can access it up there and get a nice little hole drilled, and then I can mount this somewhere in this cabinet. And I want to do that because it's, it'll be tidy and out of the way. We won't have to look at this black thing on the wall. But I'll also be able to pop a little hole through this wall, and then there's an extra AC plug up there from my microwave. The microwave uses that, so that'll be ideal for the power supply for the Wi-Fi extender. So I think that'll work out good. And then on the roof, I'll probably look at mounting the antenna somewhere at the highest point on the roof, try to get it as high as I can, just right at the peak of the fifth wheel. So let's go up on the roof, and I'll start taking things apart up there, see what we can do. Up on the roof now, and I'm sort of finding a place to put it. I've pretty well set on this location right here. It's the highest point on the fifth wheel, so Wi-Fi being in line of sight, mostly you want to get her up high. I read the old instruction brochure, and they say to keep it at least a foot away from the edge and 2 feet from other devices. I don't know what other devices mean, but I'll keep it 2 feet away from my my TV antenna. And I attached the little feet on the bottom here. You get 3 little nuts. They're neoprene, so once they're set up, they're not going to loosen up or anything. And as far as these go, they just basically twist in. They say, I think it said 22 or 25 inch-pounds, but it also says just hand tighten firmly, so I'm going to go with that since I don't have an inch-pound torque wrench. I'm also going to dust off the area with my good old California duster. I had a bit of a sand blow the other day. And then I'll clean under it with acetone, make sure I have a really good clean surface. And then once I get the mounting point, it says to drill 1/8 inch holes into the roof through each of the mounting plates. And then we'll use some Dicor sealant on the screws, and we'll screw it in and then cover all up with Dicor. It also says that the port where the wire is going to come out has to face the rear of the RV. Not sure why that's the case, but I'm following the instructions. So then I dipped the screws in Dicor sealant, and this uses a screw gun to get them most of the way in, and then I'll switch to hand tightening it, because one thing you don't want to tighten the screws so far in that you lose bite on the wood. So basically you don't want to strip them, so I like to just hand tighten them in so that they get a nice bite there without stripping. There we go. So, antenna mounted. Put on a good healthy gooping of that Dicor self-leveling lap sealant. Now I'm going to run my wire over to the fridge vent. So I'll pop off the fridge vent and I'll be able to run the wire into there. Hit a bit of a snag here on the roof vent. This was all sealed, so to get my arm in there to find the hole, I had drilled a hole through that cabinet down there, and to get my arm in there to fish it and all that, I had to cut the screen back a ways, which isn't bad. I'll go put it back and use a bit of sealant on the edge there. It's just a bug screen. Might replace it. It's starting to look a little brittle and rusty. Anyway, I got my wire in there, so that's going to fit in there, and it'll go up into that vent without drilling a big hole in the roof. Cool. Now I just need to get a way to attach the wire along the roof. I think I'm going to go with the same thing I did with my solar wires and my backup camera antenna, cell antenna wires. I'll use that Eternabond tape, and makes a good way to keep the wires in place. Also, it makes it easy so you don't trip on them. So I'll clean up a path along there and lay down a run of that tape. So for cleaning, especially the rubber roof, the acetone works really well. It'll clean off all the all the dirt and debris and get you a nice surface to stick stuff to. So you can see I've cleaned a nice path, and now I can lay down that tape. There we go. Not the straightest job on earth, but it'll definitely do the trick. Okay, let's just sew things up on that. There's not too much of a gap on that screen, so I'll just probably use a little bit of foam spray in there just to fill that gap. Looks good though, looks good. Woo! Oh, I'm running out of daylight. It's almost time, quitting time. That pool looks inviting over there. Whew. Back inside the rig, I've completed my indoor installation of the Winegard extender. So you can see here, I've actually used this on the inside. They package it to be used on the roof, so if you make a hole in your roof, you use that up on top to run the wire down. But since I went through the fridge vent there, I've used it on the inside where I made a hole to fish the wire through. And I brought in all the excess wire and looped it up right there. Reason I'm doing that is I'm not sure about this antenna location. It's supposed to have multiple broadcast antennas inside this black box, and it's supposed to fill the rig with Wi-Fi signals. So should be okay up there. But if I ever do want to pull it out and bring it closer to something I'm trying to get signal for, say our smart TV or something, I can always pull it off its little mount here. It's just got 2 screws mounting it, and I have enough excess wire that I can take it over to our entertainment center, get the strongest signal. Right now it's going through that side over there, and it's picking up power at the microwave plug. One thing I didn't realize is that microwave plug was only a single outlet, so I'm going to have to do something there, probably swap out that outlet so I have 2 outlets. Not sure why they did that in our Cougar, probably so you don't plug anything else into the same socket as the microwave and not overload the outlet. But this little booster takes hardly any energy. I think I read 24 volts at 1.5 amps, so hardly any wattage at all, so I don't think it'll make any difference using the same circuit as the microwave's on. So anyway, let's see if that's powered up here. Just some status lights in there. Let's see, we have a Ethernet port, I guess if you want to hardwire a device into it. USB port, that's probably for upgrading the firmware, and then you can see where I've connected the Ethernet cable coming in from the antenna on the roof. So next we're going to set it up on our computer. There's some passwords and stuff on the back there, and I'll go through the computer setup with you. Okay, now we're on my computer, so let's connect to the Winegard. You can see here it shows this is its default SSID, so we'll connect to that. Looks like I'm already connected, and we'll open up a browser, and you type in this number up here in the URL input, hit enter, and it will connect to the Winegard Connect. Default password set. Okay, so I'll just put in the default password, change that later. There we go. Okay. So let's do a scan for Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is the campground Wi-Fi here. This Oasis Palms says 100% signal. Should be good because I was connecting pretty good on my computer without this extender. And we'll click continue, and I'll have to put in the password. Oops. There we go, connected to Wi-Fi. Oasis Palms connected. Just check. Open up my favorite website. There we go. Oh, that's loading pretty fast. Yep, looks good. Okay, so let's kind of explore this settings page. Here we have local network settings, advanced settings, update software, support, and about. Okay, so local network settings. There we are. Looks like we can go in and adjust our SSID to whatever we want. That'll be the first thing I do, is I'll make my own name so I don't have this big long number and letter affair. That's for 2.4 gigahertz network settings. It also is capable of using 5 gigahertz. So what I've read is the 5 will be a faster, that's the internal Wi-Fi in the RV, will be faster on 5 gigahertz, but it doesn't broadcast as far, it doesn't go through walls as far as the 2.4 gigahertz, which is slower, but it'll go through walls and stuff. So I'll have to play around and see which one is better in our RV for me. And also looks like there's a guest network settings. So you can set that if, say, you're in an RV park and you got a buddy next to you and he can't get on the Wi-Fi, he can get on yours and then use your amplifier extender so that he can get on the internet. With the guest one, they can get on and use your internet extension, but they can't get into this settings screen, so that's what that guest is about. Okay, let's go back here, check out advanced settings. Advanced settings, so you can change your admin password. That'll be the first thing I do. And you can change network addresses. That's the up here, or I inputted this 10, 11, 12, 1. It says don't change unless absolutely necessary. And then it'll show the connected devices, so it shows my computer on it. So if you have multiple devices connected, it'll show up here. Okay. And what do we got here for update software? Flash new software in, okay, so that's to update the software on the thing itself. So I'll probably do that first to make sure I have the latest, greatest. And this stuff just looks like probably a built-in help system. Oh yeah, frequently asked questions, stuff like that. Okay, anyway, that's just a quick look at the setup. You can see it was pretty easy. All I had to do was go into my Wi-Fi, find that. The password was on the back of the internal box there. And then, of course, you can change all that once you, it's just the default stuff. And then I just had to go in and get in there and lickety-split, I'm online. Cool. So there's a look at the final install. Gave the roof actually a clean yesterday. I couldn't believe how dirty it was when I looked at the video. Long trip down the coast, lots of rain and road grime. Anyway, it looks pretty slick. We've had some good rain here lately. Not the sunny desert the last few days. Still better than snow, and it's a lot warmer. And there's the final install up in the cupboard there, all up behind our kind of pantry cupboard. Neatly tucked away back there. Well, there you go. The installation of the new Winegard Connect into our RV. So I'm going to use it for a couple weeks here and try it in various Wi-Fi scenarios. Come back with a full review in a couple weeks in the new year. You know, we got a laptop, smartphones, Apple, iMac, and we also have a smart TV that we can pull in YouTube with and stuff like that. So, you know, a lot of campgrounds aren't that great. So it's not, I know this isn't going to be a magic bullet where all of a sudden I'm going to have fast Wi-Fi in any campground I pull into, but it's more extending the range. So if the campground does have good Wi-Fi, but we're, you know, camped quite a distance from the antenna, we'll be able to get it without taking our laptop or devices into a campground office or something like that. Also, I want to use it, a lot of times truck stops offer free Wi-Fi, restaurants, and also a lot of times we'll stay at friends and they'll give us their Wi-Fi password, but because we're outside the house, it can sometimes, you know, be very, very weak, so it'd be nice to test the extender in that scenario. Another thing I'm curious to find out is how it's going to deal with splash pages, or whether it can. So a lot of times you'll pay for a connection, say there's like 10Go internet, all these different ones where you pay, say, $3 a day or something. But you have to go through a page and put in a code or something. So a lot of times these Wi-Fi extenders can't cope with that. So that should be interesting to see how that works out. Anyway, until next time, this is Ray from LoveYourRV.com. Hope you enjoyed that install video. See you later. Cheers.